America, we have a significant issue on our hands. Amazon, the e-commerce behemoth, has departed. They've taken their operations and left the United States behind. The reason? Donald Trump's trade war has backfired spectacularly. The tariffs aimed at China ended up hurting American businesses instead. And Amazon, ever the strategic player, decided it was time to move on. They've relocated, leaving America to face the economic fallout. This is monumental, folks. This is a crucial wake-up call. Remember Trump's trade war? It was one of the most talked about policies during his presidency. His big plan to bring back American jobs? Yeah, about that. It was supposed to be a game changer for American manufacturing. It didn't quite work out as planned. Instead of bustling factories, we saw closures and layoffs. Trump slapped tariffs on Chinese goods, hoping to make American products more appealing. The idea was to level the playing field. Sounds good in theory, right? Protect American jobs, boost local industries, and reduce dependency on foreign goods. But there was a tiny problem. The global economy is interconnected, and such a move had ripple effects. A global economy doesn't play by one man's rules. Trade routes, supply chains, and international agreements are complex, especially when that man is known for his erratic decision-making. Consistency is key in global trade, and that was lacking. The tariffs hurt American companies who rely on Chinese products. Many businesses faced increased costs for raw materials. They raised prices for consumers. Everyday items became more expensive, hitting the average American's wallet. And they made America look like an unreliable trading partner. Other countries started to question the stability of their agreements with the US. American farmers were also caught in the crossfire. China retaliated with tariffs on American agricultural products. This led to a surplus of unsold produce and financial strain on farmers who were already struggling. Small businesses, the backbone of the American economy, were hit hard. Many couldn't absorb the increased costs and had to shut down. The public outcry was significant. People took to the streets, demanding solutions and relief from the economic strain. The media was abuzz with debates and discussions. Experts weighed in on the long-term impacts of the tariffs. Politicians were divided. Some supported the tariffs as a necessary measure, while others saw them as a disastrous policy. Meanwhile, other countries moved forward with their own trade agreements, leaving the US on the sidelines. In the end, the tariffs were a mixed bag. While some industries saw a temporary boost, the overall impact was far from the intended revival of American manufacturing. Trump's tariff troubles serve as a reminder of the complexities of global trade and the unintended consequences of protectionist policies. As the world moves forward, the lessons learned from this period will shape future trade policies and economic strategies. Enter Amazon. They saw the writing on the wall. They realized these tariffs weren't going anywhere, so they did what any smart business would do. They adapted. They evolved. They found a new home base, free from the chaos of Trump's trade policies. Rumors are swirling about their new headquarters. Some say Europe, some say Asia. Wherever it is, one thing is clear. Amazon is done playing by Trump's rules. And they're sending a message: America isn't the only game in town anymore. The ground is shaking, folks. It's not just a physical tremor, but an economic one that's sending shockwaves through the entire nation. Amazon's departure is a seismic event for the American economy. The tech giant's exit is more than just a corporate decision. It's a monumental shift that will have far-reaching consequences. This isn't just about lost jobs at Amazon, although those are substantial. Thousands of employees are now facing an uncertain future, wondering where their next paycheck will come from. This is about a loss of confidence, a loss of investment. Investors are pulling out, and businesses are closing their doors. The ripple effect is being felt across various sectors, from retail to manufacturing. A loss of America's standing in the global marketplace. The US was once seen as a beacon of economic stability, but now that image is tarnished. Global markets are reacting, and not in a good way. The stock market is reeling, the dollar is weakening, investors are in a state of panic, and the financial markets are in turmoil. The value of the dollar is plummeting, affecting international trade and domestic purchasing power. Experts are predicting a recession. Economists are sounding the alarm, warning that the worst is yet to come. Businesses are bracing for impact, and consumers are tightening their belts. And it's all thanks to Trump's trade war. The tariffs and trade barriers have backfired, leading to higher costs for American companies and consumers alike. The international trade landscape has been disrupted, causing chaos and uncertainty. He may have thought he was being tough on China, but he ended up being tough on America. The policies intended to protect American interests have instead inflicted damage on the very economy they were supposed to safeguard. The repercussions are being felt far and wide, and the road to recovery looks long and arduous. Small businesses are the backbone of the American economy, and they are bearing the brunt of this economic earthquake. Many are closing their doors for good, unable to withstand the financial strain. Families are feeling the pinch too. With rising prices and job losses, many are struggling to make ends meet. The impact on everyday life is profound, affecting everything from grocery shopping to paying the bills. Financial analysts are working around the clock, trying to make sense of the chaos. The economic landscape is shifting rapidly, and predictions are changing by the hour. Government officials are scrambling to come up with solutions. Emergency meetings are being held, and new policies are being discussed in an attempt to stabilize the situation and pave the way for recovery. Amidst the turmoil, there are signs of hope. Communities are coming together, supporting each other through these tough times. People are resilient, and there is a collective effort to rebuild and recover. The road ahead is challenging, but not impossible. With determination and unity, America can rise from this economic earthquake stronger than before. The journey to recovery will be long, but the spirit of resilience will guide the way. Section 5. Trump explodes. You know what happens when you tell Donald Trump he's wrong? He doesn't take it well. In fact, he takes it so poorly that it becomes a spectacle for the entire world to see. His reactions are nothing short of explosive, and they often leave people shaking their heads in disbelief. It's like watching a volcano erupt, with all the fiery intensity and none of the natural beauty. And when Amazon, a company he's repeatedly attacked, decided to pack up and leave, it was as if someone had lit a fuse on a powder keg. Trump had been at odds with Amazon for years, criticizing their business practices, their relationship with the U.S. Postal Service, and even their founder, Jeff Bezos. So, when Amazon made the decision to relocate some of its operations, it was the perfect storm for a Trumpian outburst. Let's just say the man had a meltdown of epic proportions. Twitter rants? Check. Name-calling? Check. It was a social media frenzy with Trump firing off tweet after tweet, each one more incendiary than the last. He called out Amazon, he called out Bezos, and he even took aim at the media for what he perceived as biased coverage. It was a digital tirade that seemed to have no end. Blaming everyone but himself? Oh, you better believe that's a check. Trump pointed fingers in every direction but his own. He blamed Amazon for taking jobs away from Americans. He blamed the media for not reporting the truth. And he even blamed political opponents for creating an environment that drove businesses away. It was a masterclass in deflection and denial. The man who promised to make America great again just watched one of its biggest companies walk out the door. It was a significant blow, not just to his ego, but to his administration's economic narrative. Amazon's departure was a stark reminder that even the most powerful leaders can't control everything. It was a moment of reckoning, and Trump was not handling it well. And he's throwing a tantrum like a toddler who dropped his ice cream cone. The frustration was palpable, and it was clear that Trump was struggling to come to terms with the situation. His outbursts were more than just political theater. They were a window into the psyche of a man who was used to getting his way and was now facing a harsh reality. The tantrum was not just about Amazon. It was about a loss of control, a challenge to his authority, and a very public failure. And in true Trump fashion, he made sure everyone knew just how upset he was. Section 6. Political fallout. The political fallout from Amazon's departure is just beginning. Democrats are calling it Trump's biggest failure. Republicans are scrambling, trying to distance themselves from the chaos. And the American people? They're left holding the bag. This isn't just about tariffs anymore. This is about competence. This is about leadership. This is about whether America is still the land of opportunity, or if it's becoming a cautionary tale of protectionism and isolationism. Section 7. Business exodus. The big question now is, will others follow? Amazon's move is a warning shot. American businesses, facing higher costs and increased uncertainty, are looking for other options. They're looking for stability. They're looking for a government that understands the global economy. And right now, they're not finding it in America. If Trump continues down this path, we could see a mass exodus of American companies. The economic consequences would be devastating. Section 8. A New World Order? We are witnessing a shift in the global balance of power. America, once the undisputed economic leader, is faltering. Trump's policies have alienated allies and emboldened rivals. The American dream is fading, replaced by a sense of uncertainty and anxiety. The world is watching, and they are wondering, what happened to America? The answer, my friends, is blowing in the wind, and it smells like, well, it smells like disaster.